Hey guys, welcome into College Sportscast. This is going to be a wrap up and live chat call-in show. And I got the guys joining me right now. So just so everyone knows, my neighbor decided to mow the yard right as I'm this. So if you can hear a big loud noise, that's my neighbor mowing his yard. So anyways, so it looks like we have John Roberts, Drink Local Beham, in with us, and Mason is in with us. And maybe John Hammonds is going to join us too here before too long. Hey guys.
Row the boat all the way back home.
We called that game.
So can y'all hear my neighbor mowing his yard?
I can't, but
Okay.
my dogs might be barking at some point in time during this whole deal. So
Okay.
I'll
Well,
I mean,
right as I was getting ready to go live on this, my neighbor starts mowing his yard. So, anyways. So week 8 yesterday, some good games was on yesterday. I know I watched a little bit of the Syracuse Clemson game. It was a really good game yesterday to watch. Clemson pulls it out late in the fourth quarter, and there was several different chances for Syracuse down the stretch, but they couldn't pull it out. And Clemson won. What was it? 27-21, I think was the score. So, hey, there's Hammonds. Hammonds has joined the room.
I think so. But they didn't get it.
Hammonds, are you in?
That particular one.
What you got going on over there, man?
He's broadcasting for the NFL today.
Look, it finally ended.
What you got going on over there, man? I don't know. He's still not on where he can talk. I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah, he hadn't unmuted himself.
Yeah. Mason, what do you think about the games yesterday? Any game you want to mention or talk about to start with?
TCU after the Big 12 championship is pretty clear.
TCU? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they turned it on yesterday and looked pretty good. I knew they'd had pretty good offense for the last few weeks and won some big games, and they are kind of tough to beat at home.
Yep, I mean they are. I know I was going Kansas State on that game, but it was a 3.5 point spread or a 3-point spread, 3.5.
Right.
You won by 10 by the end of the game, so sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
Yeah, there's a few other games that I missed, so I'm pretty sure that I picked TCU in that game, if I remember right, to cover the spread. So I think that was one of the games that I did get. Hammonds has now joined us. We're talking about the TCU Kansas State game yesterday.
Still one on mute.
Oh, boy.
Are you on now, Hammonds?
Well,
And my opinion.
I had one.
I still can't figure out why Hammonds isn't talking, but okay.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just taking care of some family stuff right now.
Oh, okay.
I said I'm taking care of some family stuff.
I got you. I just wasn't sure what was going on. All right, John Roberts, what's some other games you want to mention or talk about from yesterday? LSU won a big game yesterday for them.
They did. And they stormed the field.
Yeah.
I don't understand them storming the field.
Yeah, I don't either.
Like,
Well, Clemson fans stormed the field yesterday too after the Syracuse win.
Yeah, but that is a tradition. They do that after every game. Right. It's not. It doesn't bother me, but
I'm not sure what's going on with your internet
LSU's
connection.
undefeated, number 7 in the country. But like LSU is a real.
Mason, can you hear him?
My stuff is lagging.
Yours is too?
Yeah, I can.
Seems like everybody's is. I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe there's just too
Who
many
knows?
people on right now. I'm not sure. Yeah, so anyway, the LSU game, yeah, they did storm the field afterwards. It
We've
was a
had
little.
4 on before, have we not?
Yeah, we have. Yeah. No, I didn't mean like just here. I meant like Podbean, maybe full or something. I don't know.
It just seemed weird.
Texas A&M got beat by South Carolina. I think most of us called that, maybe all of us, yesterday in the SEC.
I think we all saw that one coming.
Yeah.
We said the crowd would have something.
Whoever picked Bama to cover, which I know you did,
Yeah.
Roberts, you won that. We all picked Bama to win. I'm pretty sure. Well, no, maybe Mason didn't. I'm not sure.
Hell no, I didn't.
That's what I thought. Now, after I said it, I was thinking you didn't. But whoever picked Bama to cover won that one. So
I'm trying to win.
yeah,
I told everybody Wisconsin would win that game, and a lot of people didn't listen.
yeah, the Wisconsin game. Yeah, I mean, honestly, the way the season's gone, that Wisconsin game was a little bit of surprise. I think I felt like it was. I mean, Wisconsin hasn't played good at all
Well,
season
when you
long.
dominate a team for so many years, there's a mental thing there.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying if you go by look at the season, Wisconsin hadn't had a good season at all. And then Purdue had won like 4 in a row, and so it was. I felt like it was still a little bit of a surprise. I mean, the game was they won by 11, so it was like 35-24 or something like that. So the spread on it was pretty small, wasn't it? Like 3 points or something.
I'm shocked.
May have been.
I'm shocked that UCLA played better than they did.
UCLA shut up to play? What?
They didn't play.
Yeah, the Oregon UCLA game was a little bit of a
atrocious.
shock. I thought UCLA would play better.
Yeah.
Another team that kind of fell off the map was James. They were ranked in the top 20, and all of a sudden they lost the back ends off the mark. Marshall had, they lost to Troy, Bowling Green, Louisiana,
while
Gardner
beating Notre
Webb in
Dame.
between that.
While beating Notre
Yeah,
Dame.
but
Right.
that's like Miami is to gets beat by Duke. No.
Yep.
Yeah. I think Miami's got a ways to go. So the fans who were jumping on board early this season, before the season,
They're
whatever.
not back, that's for sure.
No, they got a ways to go. So does Texas A&M, by the way.
I was about to say, speaking of teams not back, Texas.
Yeah, Texas is another team that
Texas game. I don't know. If they're still passing around 140 yards.
Say what?
yeah, you're cutting in and out, man. I couldn't hear you, Mason.
Passing when Bijan had 140 yards. That was my question all game. You have the lead and you're still
That was
passing.
a weird game where they were continuing to pass, even though the running back had just
Who's got
a
the
ton of yards
background
in the
noise? I
game.
can't hear nothing.
I'm not sure. The only thing going in my background was my neighbor decided to
Somebody's
mow.
beating and banging in the background.
Yeah,
I can't hear nothing.
right. I know there was something going on there. My background noise was my neighbor decided to mow his yard right as I was going live. So, but he's
Well,
stopped
Mason
for,
just left.
yeah, he stopped for a minute. So, you know, Texas A&M, they're 3-4. So can we, can the nation just kind of stop talking about them for the rest of the season? It would be nice. That's all I want to say
Yeah.
when it comes to that. I was surprised at the LSU Ole Miss game yesterday. I really thought Ole Miss would play better.
What about South Carolina though? Like they're ranked 25th now.
Yeah, I mean, but here's the thing with South Carolina before the season, preseason, people were talking them up and people were talking about them. Like before the season, um, they they had a shot, and a lot of people thought they might be the third or so team in the SEC East at one time before the season started. And then the season started, and they didn't look so hot for about 3 weeks. And then the last few weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, they've turned the corner and are playing a lot better. So you have to give them some credit.
Yeah.
I will say this though about South Carolina, there's some issues there still with the offensive play calling. It's not real good. They come here blowing that game last night.
Right. I mean, they were ahead 17-0, so
And then they had the missed field goal, and then Texas A&M went down and kicked the field goal, got the onside kick. There's just still some things that South Carolina needs to improve on if they're going to get better.
but I think they had some hype. They didn't start out very well, and they've kind of turned the corner the last few weeks. So they
There's a
are,
good chance South Carolina's 5-2 now.
yeah.
There's a good chance they could be 8-2 playing Tennessee because they play Missouri this week. They play Vanderbilt, play Florida.
I mean, speaking of Missouri and Vanderbilt,
And
you want to talk about that
there's a
game
good
from
chance they win
yesterday?
all three of those games. And yeah, that was a game put you to sleep.
Who wouldn't have thought that?
Vandy had every ample opportunity to win that game yesterday.
I know, it's crazy.
They had the ball fourth and a half yard. Had the ball fourth and a half of a yard and was trying to do in the shotgun. Like, come on now.
Oh, Auburn's done that once or twice.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. And Missouri, somehow or another, they are always in a game. I don't care who they play. Like it's always down to the end. They played Georgia that way, and then they turn around and Auburn and Vanderbilt is that way. And like I don't care who they're playing. Missouri is always in a game that comes down to the very end. Does anybody ever notice that? Like I said, I mean they played Georgia that way as well. So I mean it's just crazy. Except for when they played Kansas State. Kansas State beat them good, but other than that,
Kansas State, I don't know what happened. Up 28-10, and all of a sudden they just forgot how to play
in the
football.
second half.
well, TCU definitely has a path to the Big 12 championship.
They got to the playoff if he ain't careful.
Yeah.
They're ranked number 7. I mean, they got a path to get into the playoff if teams fall down and fall apart.
I mean, we already mentioned Texas, but I'm going to mention Oklahoma State. I'm pretty sure I might be the only one that picked Oklahoma State. So I was on that train. So,
Do you remember when TCU got left out of the college football playoff?
yeah,
I hope that don't happen again this year.
Yeah. I mean,
which they play better teams this year too, though.
Right. Yeah.
And I think they're in a better well, that's in 12 then too, but a lot of these teams are ranked this year too, though. And I think that'll help them a little bit, help their case if they get in the mix for it.
Right.
Yeah. If they win it without losing any more games or anything like that, they win the conference. It should be
Well, I mean, everybody always in the back of their mind is always thinking these teams that get in the playoffs have to be undefeated. And I don't think that's the case. I mean, I think you might have one, maybe two undefeated teams, but most teams, one or two of them is going to have a loss. So
I wanted to bring up a touchy subject, topic that they had brought up last night on College Game Day and College Final. A lot of people got upset with Kurt Herbstreit and Fowler over the comments about because he hit the girl at Tennessee.
Right. I didn't hear the comments.
Felt like they was defending them. Like to me that they was trying to defend what Burton was doing. To me, the way it was coming.
I really didn't hear the comments, so it's going to be hard for me to have an opinion about it.
I just think, if you do something like that, you should be like one person even said you shouldn't be on the field to begin with. Yeah, but you should just go over and start slapping people later.
Well, my only issue with this, and I have to go with what Burton did, but if he's just trying to get off the field, then I mean it's a player and a person safety. That's why everybody gets fined $250,000. The schools when these
fans storm the
when
field.
students rush, when fans storm the field. So the whole point is to try to get them to stop storming the field. Obviously, when you have a big win, such as when Tennessee beats Bama, and they hadn't beaten Bama in 15 years, and Bama at the time was ranked number 1. There's a lot of different things, obviously that are keeping people from coming across, and you get stupid people that do stupid things. So she was, throwing herself running on to the field, and then you don't know what she said or how she's acting, but you're saying something to a an athlete that probably is not really too happy at the point. And I mean, like, yes, that person should be able to control themselves to not shove or hit or whatever, but at the same time, the other person doesn't excuse the other person from walking and getting in the way and then saying something stupid that we don't know what was said, because you're not going to be able to hear that audio.
Well,
But
we live in a time
you know,
where
there are things that
everything
are
we live in a time where everything is caught on video.
yeah.
I
So
mean,
you got her
I don't care
phone
where you're at,
and you
what you're
see what you
doing.
can hear what she says. That everybody's going to know.
We live in a time
So
where everything is caught on video nowadays. I mean, I don't care where you're at, what you're doing. So no matter what is going on, in all honesty, it's just best to keep your hands to yourself. You look at Devontae Adams the other day, coming off the field and shoving a photographer down, and he's probably going to get in trouble for that as well. You know, you just can't do that stuff.
right, correct.
You know what I mean? Like you just can't. You have to keep your hands to yourself, and you can't react, and you can't have those reactions, and you can't do that stuff. I mean, that's my opinion,
Right. Yep.
Hammonds, when it comes to that. Since you're bringing it up and wanting to have a discussion about it, I mean, well, you just, you know, in the '80s, if a player was coming off the field and a photographer got in his way and they bumped him, pushed him down or whatever, probably nothing would have ever been said or done. Probably in the '80s, a long time ago, it probably would have been nothing. And nowadays, you just can't. I mean, everybody's out to get something, and um, when you do that, why somebody's out to try to get something out of it and stuff anymore, and you just can't do that anymore. Period. I mean, you can't have a reaction like that. You have to mind your business and move on.
Well, and two, I think Saban swept it under the rug too a little bit. He said he felt like shouldn't have suspended him. They had classes and stuff for him to take, but you just went and slapped a woman.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. I mean,
I
he
mean,
did. I mean, it's on video. You can't deny that he did it.
you should be when it comes to that. It just makes
And I realize that
moan
I
is what it
realize,
looks like.
Hammonds, that everybody's going to talk about it, that he slapped a woman. And I realize that. But the truth is, in my opinion, that it really doesn't matter who it was. He shouldn't have been raising his hand and slapping anybody.
No, that I agree with too.
You know what I mean? Like, he's coming off the field, and no matter what was said or whatever, he shouldn't have been raising his hand and slapping anybody. And I know they're going to make a big deal out of it because it was a woman. I get that. To me, that's like the media making a big deal out of something, when reality is he shouldn't have raised his hand and hit and slapped anybody. Didn't matter who it was. That's my opinion on that. So, Mason, you got anything to add to that or no? I think he's on.
He was, and then I think
Yeah,
I,
he's having some
he said he's having some
lagging
issues or
yeah,
issues.
something.
yeah, he is. He's having some issues with his internet or something. So, all right. So, is there any other games y'all want to mention or talk about from yesterday? Any other big games? I know we hit a couple of Big 12
Um,
games.
How about Liberty beating the snot out of BYU?
Yeah, yeah. Hey, so Hugh Freeze. Let's just mention that Hugh Freeze is doing one heck of a job.
he really is, and if push comes to shove, he could possibly be the next Auburn coach from
He
Carolina.
could be. He could be the next Auburn coach. I mean, let's face. They lost one game by 1 point, and it was some bigger school. I can't remember who it was now. Like the second or third week of the season. Was it Ole Miss?
I will say this real quick. Yeah, I believe it was. Yeah.
I can't remember now.
I will say this. I will say this though. Shout out to Troy this week for winning the game against South Alabama.
Hey,
Troy has got a really good football team.
I'm really really happy for Troy and for John Summerall. So he's doing one heck of a job down there. First season, and when I say first season, this is his first season as a head coach. Period. So he's doing a heck of a job.
He definitely is.
Yeah.
And quick note, Jackson State getting college to go to see the Prime. The epic rivalry with Southern, the HBCU rivalry. They're going to be at Jackson State Saturday.
Okay.
That'd be big for that program.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So we've got Focus One in commented says, "Wow." So just want to say that we've got somebody else in the room with us here, and we appreciate that. Appreciate you being on with us. And if you have a comment or something you want to chime in with us, um, you can join and talk with us as well.
He
So
said, wow, on the Jackson State news, he said.
yeah, I see it down there. So yeah, he's talking about the Jackson State news. So we are going to be giving away some tickets to the Final Four in Houston for 2023, and just want to let everybody know what we're going to do is we'll probably after this. John, do you want to run a Facebook Live on our college um, sportscast Facebook page? Do you have time to do?
I can.
Do you have time to do that
I,
for
I,
about?
prob- I probably could do it this evening. What would
For,
be a good time to work on that?
all right. I mean, whatever
Maybe that.
you tell me. We're only going to do it. We're going to open it for about maybe 10 minutes and do a Facebook Live, and then people can come on there and comment the
About
keyword.
7 o'clock work?
Yep,
Does
7.
7 o'clock work?
Yep, 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So it'll be 6 o'clock.
I'll,
Six
you want
o'clock
to go live?
Central.
You want to go live with me?
Yeah, I'll go on there. Yeah, but how this is going to happen? So we're going to
Because
do.
I'm not.
All right. So what I was going to say is how this is going to happen. So we are going to do this throughout the season. And this is not a one-time thing. So each and every episode that we come on and have this keyword, it's going to be a tally basically. And later in the year, probably, you know, mid-February, 1st of March, something like that, we will give these tickets away. We have not set a date yet, but the winner gets the tickets to go to Houston to experience the Final Four. They are not for resale. You cannot scalp these tickets. This is for our listeners, to have a chance to go experience the college football's pinnacle and Final Four. So anybody who wants to do that, we're going to give a key. I'm going to give a key word here in just a few minutes, and the way you're going to do it is you're going to go on our Facebook Live at 7 with me and John, and all you have to do is comment our keyword. If you comment the keyword on our Facebook Live, then you will be entered into a pool for a drawing that's going to happen later in the season, basketball season, and you will have a chance to win Final Four tickets to Houston. So that's pretty awesome. We are all excited to be able to do that, and to have this tickets and to do stuff like this for our fans. So we're hoping that spread the word, tell people about it. It's not going to be just this time. We're going to do this throughout the season and have different keywords and do it on our Facebook Live. So, like I said, share, John Roberts is pretty exciting, right? To have something like that.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely excited about having something that is uh, being able to give away the basketball tickets for the Final Four. That is awesome.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's just an awesome deal to be able to do this and have something like that for our fans to enjoy. So, Hammonds, it's pretty awesome, right?
Yeah, it's an awesome thing.
Yeah, man. We're pretty excited about it. So, is there any other games that y'all want to talk about from the football week 8? How about we look forward to week 9? What's on the schedule for week 9, Hammonds?
Week 9, top 25 action is Virginia Tech travels to NC State Thursday night. NC State's favored by 13.5 right now. Thursday night, Pac-12 after dark is Utah 15th going to Washington State, which that could be interesting.
Right.
Saturday we got Notre Dame going to Syracuse, TCU going to West Virginia.
Hey, Syracuse at least put on a good enough show out to show that they are real. You know what I mean? Like they really had a chance to win that
Definitely.
game.
The big one is Ohio State at Penn State this weekend. It's at Penn
And that's
State, 12
that's the
o'clock.
Fox that's the Fox noon broadcast.
Yeah. Wake Forest goes to Louisville. Wake Forest is only favored by 4 in that game. I'm really shocked that it's a 4-point spread, but that's just
Right.
me.
Got the
Right.
cocktail party.
Cincinnati goes to Central Florida, which that should have been a bigger game, but Central Florida laid a goose egg yesterday and lost to East Carolina. Oklahoma State goes to Kansas State. That will be one of the bigger games of the day. It's a 3:30 kick.
Right.
Illinois goes to Nebraska. This is a big game for Illinois if they want to win that division. Oregon goes to Cal. Florida and Georgia
Florida
in
and Georgia.
the big cocktail party. That's a
Right.
big game every year.
Yeah.
The big night game is Kentucky at Tennessee.
It is. It's a huge game. I was waiting for you to say that one.
Yeah, it's probably the biggest game of the nightcap. That's not
Well,
Michigan
I'm
State,
just
Michigan.
listen. This is a week out, or almost a week out, and I'm just going to tell you, Tennessee's offense is pretty scary. So I'm just hoping our defense can hang with them, and we can at least make a game out of it. That's what I'm hoping because Tennessee's offense is pretty scary looking.
Ole Miss is only favored by 3 at Texas A&M.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh my God.
Michigan State and Michigan. Michigan's favored by 23, but at the end of the day, that's a rivalry game. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, that one's
It's
that's a
it's
big
always close.
spread right there.
It's
Yep.
23 points, but it's always close. A game to
Right.
watch. I wouldn't think that it would be an upset, but USC going to Arizona. Arizona's been up and down, and that's a game that you need to watch if you're
Well,
thinking
Arizona does have a pretty decent offense.
they do, but their defense is atrocious.
Right. But USC doesn't have a great defense either. So,
I'll say this. He's talking about Ole Miss and Texas A&M. If Ole Miss wins this week, Texas A&M might have 2 wins left. They play home back-to-back against Ole Miss in Florida. Then they play at Auburn, Massachusetts, and LSU. And LSU is always a rivalry game.
right.
And
Well, they're setting 3-4 right now. So,
LSU's getting better too. That's the thing.
right.
And Texas A&M's got 3 wins right now.
Yep. They're 3-4.
Like, where are they going to get them at if they lose this week?
I agree with you.
Probably maybe Auburn and Massachusetts. That's about it. I don't think they beat Florida, to be honest.
Right.
That's
I
just me
mean,
though.
They may not. I don't know. I don't really think Florida's that great of a team either.
I don't either.
I mean, not currently. I think Florida's going to struggle to be, 6-6, 7-5 as well. And I honestly think that Texas A&M is going to struggle to be 6-6 or 7-5 the way they
Look,
look.
you're talking about Auburn too on that. Look, the way that Auburn played, at least against Ole Miss, and we don't know what's happening over the bye week. Obviously, hopefully they got better and see with the next couple of games. But once they play, uh, since that game is at Auburn, if Auburn has at least figured out something with offense, then there is a possibility. And really, with the something with offense is just find ways not to turn the ball over. Because
Right.
right now, I mean, that's their biggest deal right
Right.
now is that they give up one or two scores because of either giving up field position or it being a pick six or something like that. But it's usually with a turnover. So the the game with A&M against Auburn, there is a good chance A&M loses that one, and that the only game that they win for the rest of the way out is that UMass game, and that's it.
That would be
That's bad.
quite
That's
horrible.
bad
Yeah, that would be quite horrible
because
for Texas
they are
A&M.
they were a normal, just that they had with top 10 recruiting classes that they were getting, the top 5 recruiting classes they were getting, and they were just sitting at 8-4, 8-4, 8-4, because that's basically what they were. This year, they legitimately could be 4-8.
Wow.
And I mean, and this one is following the greatest class ever,
Right. Absolutely.
4-8.
Oh, I know.
So,
Yeah, it's
I
not looking
mean,
good for Texas
yeah,
A&M.
yeah. So, I mean, say what they want about making that Bama game close or whatever. That's like they still didn't win, and that's pretty much what everybody looks at. They look at, did you win the game?
Yeah.
They look at your record. Did you
Oh yeah.
win or did you lose?
Right.
And they lost. So
Oh yeah.
that's just throwing that out there that they're probably that they have a legitimate shot at being 4-8. Auburn has a possibility of being 6-6. Uh, then again, they could still lose that Western Kentucky game because Western Kentucky still seems to be like a team that they could probably put it on Auburn.
Well, they can put up points. Western Kentucky can.
Correct, but if
Yeah.
Auburn can't put up points, or if Auburn, spots their offense with good field position, then you're looking at uh at easy points for Western Kentucky. And
Right.
that's, like I said, that is a possibility that Auburn could lose that game. But they also have the ability. I mean, they have the ability to win almost every single game that they're going to play. Okay.
Right.
They also have the ability to lose every single game that they go in and play. So there's not a gimme game left on the schedule. Even Western Kentucky is not a gimme game.
Right. I got you. I mean,
So,
Auburn's
which is
Auburn's in that boat where it's going to be tough for them to get to 6-6 and bowl eligible too. So
right. Which then they get to come to Birmingham and play in the old Birmingham Bowl.
in the Birmingham Bowl, yeah.
Yep, they'll come to Birmingham if they are bowl eligible, because they're not going to be like sitting around with 7 or 8 wins or
Right.
whatever.
Right.
They get bowl eligible. They are playing in Birmingham.
Right.
So
All right. So the key word, I'm going to try to give this out. So anybody that's listening, what we're trying to do here is we're trying to build our podcast. So we're going to put the keyword out during our podcast. And so does anybody know, do you guys know what the mascot is for Liberty? Does anybody know that?
the mascot or the what they say, like, because they are the Liberty Flame, but
Yes. That's what I was talking
Is that
about.
what that's what you were looking for? Then
Yeah.
yes, I do know what they are.
Okay. So the key word to chime in and to on our Facebook Live is going to be flame. That is our word this week.
FLAME, flame.
Flame. That's going to be our word for our keyword. All you have to do is join our Facebook Live and comment our keyword. And again, I'll say it one more time. Our keyword is flame. FLAME. And I got that from the Liberty's big win yesterday over BYU. So we're going to have a different keyword each time. And for this week and for our Facebook Live, that's going to be our keyword. Does everybody think that's cool?
And the Facebook Live will be at 6 p.m.
Central,
Central
6 p.m.
today.
Central, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And John and I will come on and do the Facebook Live. I mean, Roberts, you can come on there too if you want to. Doesn't matter. I just, we'll
Okay.
come on. We'll come on and we'll do the Facebook Live. It'll be for 10 minutes. We will do a 10-minute Facebook Live. Anybody that can come on and comment that word, you will be entered in to win tickets to the Final Four in Houston in 2023. So that's what you're going on and trying to win. So it's a big win. You get to go to experience the Final Four, and the drawing will be later in the year. It'll probably be towards in late February, 1st of March, and we'll probably do the drawing somewhere in that time. We've not set the date yet. But each and every.
Actually, we're gonna go live after we get off here.
Oh, are we?
Yeah, so I can get it finished.
Okay. Well, that's going to be the key word this week. We're going to use the word again one more time. Flame. FLAME.
Yep.
So, and you join us on our Facebook Live, and we're going to be on there for 10 minutes, and you'll be entered into a chance to win these tickets to the Final Four. I would love to go to the Final Four. I've never been to the Final Four. It would be an awesome trip to be able to go and experience the Final Four. I don't care who's playing. Do
I don't
y'all?
either.
Would y'all care who was playing if you won tickets? I wouldn't.
At this point, I wouldn't care.
I wouldn't care, but I would love it if my team made it. And I know our teams, yours and mine, are good enough that we could both be there.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we could be, yes. Our teams could be there, but at the same time, if our team is not there, it would still be fantastic to go to the Final Four. So,
Correct.
yeah,
Correct. Yes. I would definitely love to go even if my team was not there.
right.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get off here and get started on it so we can get ready to go.
Okay, man. I appreciate everybody joining us. And again, tell your friends if you're on, tell your friends, tell your family, tell everybody that we are giving away tickets to the Final Four in Houston next year. And that way everybody can come on and have a chance, and we appreciate it. And this is our wrap up show for week 8, and we will begin week 9 shows probably Tuesday. So
Yeah.
we'll do our pick six and stuff on Tuesday. So we will say good afternoon and good evening, and we'll see
And go
y'all.
Cowboys. Go Cowboys. They beat the Lions.
Well, it is.
Hey,
Come on now, it is the Lions.
Oh goodness. Yeah, they. Oh, I gotta tell you something funny out of this. So the Lions had this sums up how bad the Lions really are. They had a touchdown on a play and didn't go and review the call. Well, the next play at the one, they fumbled the ball and Dallas got it.
I
wow.
mean, like I said, it's the Lions.
Like I said,
Yeah. Hey, but our team isn't any better.
Hey, I didn't say anything about our team. Everybody always wants to rag me. My team's been
our
really
team is
good for
not
a lot of
good.
years, but this year I knew they let
Except
Devontae
this
Adams
year.
go, and they didn't try to replace anybody. And
Our team is not good.
yeah, I know, Roberts, I know.
We
Okay,
have we have the greatest quarterback and still not good.
I know, man.
I'm
All
used
right,
to this.
all right, man. I will catch you guys on the Facebook Live here in just a few minutes.
You'll catch us on the flip side.
Remember the keyword and just chime in and chat on our Facebook Live and just say the keyword in chat and you'll be entered in to win.
You